This episode is brought to you by Heyday. Feeling stressed? Take a moment for yourself with Heyday. Stroll through rows of golden wheat, tend to cute barnyard animals, and discover the joys of a digital farm retreat. You don't have to hop in a car or catch a plane. Escape to the farm at the tap of a finger. With Heyday, you're not just tending to a farm, you're tending to yourself. Heyday. Search Heyday, that's Hay space DAY, in your favorite app store. Heyday is a free-to-play mobile game and offers optional in-app purchases and random rewards.
How many discounts does USAA Auto Insurance offer? Too many to say here. Multi-vehicle discount, safe driver discount, new vehicle discount, storage discount, legacy.
How many discounts will you stack up? Visit USAA.com/auto discounts. Restrictions apply.
1, 2, 3, 4. The Brutally Delicious Podcast. The Brutally Delicious Podcast. The Brutally Delicious Podcast. The Brutally Delicious Podcast.
What's up, everybody? This is Dark Macek with Brutally Delicious, coming at you with a review of Fallujah's brand new album, Xenotaph. So here's a band where I'd heard the name a whole bunch, but never actually dug in until just right now. I always thought they were probably on the heavier side of stuff I would actually enjoy. I usually listen to power symphonic metal and also classic 80s stuff, Judas Priest. I don't often go into anything with death in the genre name. But I'm always open to new stuff, and I am really glad I gave this one a go, because this album was incredible. So remember, I went into this cold. For all I know, they might have a Rust in Peace in their catalog that I've just never heard before that blows this one away, but hearing this, I'm like, wow, this band is so talented, and they are great songwriters. Something I'm always big on is songwriting, not just putting together 3 riffs and then a random solo that doesn't even need to be there. This band wrote really great songs. I confess one of my main aversions to a lot of stuff with death in the title is that it sounds kind of cookie cutter and Cookie Monster. This was not that. Perhaps the most outstanding thing about this to me is that I think it needs to be listened to as an album. I have a couple standout tracks which I'll talk about, but I think it just flowed so perfectly. It sounded seamless. There was more than one time where the song switched and I didn't notice. And when I think about other albums like this, like Operation Mindcrime, I think deserves to be listened to as an album, I can point to it and say, The Needle Lies and Spreading the Disease are total standouts. This one, maybe there's 2, but I want to listen to the album again. The production on this is outstanding. The drums sound huge. The guitars sound so heavy, but in a great way, not in this comically distorted way. They cut through, but it fits. It just works. And the last thing, because I don't really know how to describe this style of music, is that I was reminded of when my friends used to really like The Faceless back in 2009, because I remember Planetary Duality was a huge album back then. I apologize if that is the most basic bitch opinion out there, but for someone coming from Twilight Force, yeah, that's what I thought of. And now for those couple of highlights. In Stars We Drown, here's a great way to ease me into that style. The intro is more like Blackened by Metallica. That is, it has some heavy guitars, it's just a little slower. And I prefer that to the usual Air Raid or Church Bells or Rainfall that a lot of bands use to open up their album. It's a great blend of heavy and downtune, but also some melody. The riffing is different, but at times there was a sensibility that kind of reminded me of some Melodeath. There's lots of variety here, pretty dynamic, and like I was saying, kind of like what I remember The Faceless sounding like. These solos are great, and they serve the song, and this also, at least to my ear, had a very seamless transition into the second track, which had me wondering, why wasn't this just one 7-minute long song? I seriously didn't notice. Labyrinth of Stone. There's some Nevermore style riffs here, and that's a really cool thing, because I've always said no band sounds like Nevermore except for Nevermore. Even the stuff Jeff Loomis did after did not sound like Nevermore, and the album Warrell Dane did with Sanctuary afterwards also did not sound like Nevermore. This is the first time I've heard that and thought, gee, that sounds like Nevermore. The vocals are of course different than Warrell, but the technical styling is there for sure. To be as clear as I can, as a guitar player, anytime anybody hears Jeff Loomis play, they probably want to play like him, but it's really impressive to be able to actually play like him, even on the rhythms. In a Parasitic Dream. Really fun backing vocals here. Still in that same style we're talking about, but there's some good clean singing here. It's surprisingly poppy in that respect. It's not as high, but I was kind of thinking, did Michael Anthony from Van Halen guest on this? No, it's not. Of course, it's not his voice, but it's that kind of styling, and it definitely adds a lot. Last but not least, Obsidian Architect. This is just a fantastic representation of whatever style this band is. It's very heavy, but it's also not comically brutal like Cannibal Corpse or something. It's very dynamic. There's a whole lot going on. The drumming's impressive, but at times it's restrained. You know, they pull back when they need to, and it's just painting this amazing sonic soundscape that was redundant as hell. Okay, so I got to go back and listen to some more bands like this because maybe I am just being basic as hell and that this band has even better albums in their backlog. I don't know, but I am blown away. Feel free to let me know what I've been missing all these years or that there are other bands that sound more like this. I don't know. Metal Archives did agree with me. But if nothing else, thanks for this, guys, because this moment of me discovering this, just pure serendipity. Thanks. Rock on.